Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Convergia Voice, Expand Your Business into the Pan-American Market. Your presenters will be the Convergia Cloud Business Manager, Guillermo Arbeles, and Convergia Chief Technology Officer, Tom Gilly. I'm your moderator, Channel Vision Senior Editor, Bruce Christian. Before I turn it over to Guillermo and Tom, I want to remind you a question and answer session will follow. If you have any questions during the presentation, simply go to the Q&A icon at the bottom of the page and post them there. With that, I'll turn it over to Guillermo and Tom.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, everyone, to come and join us to the Convergia company. I'm going to go through an agenda, and then we're going to pass it to Tom to explain a little bit about Convergia. Just give me a second and just do into my agenda. Into the agenda, we're going to cover some topics. Those topics is who is Convergia, the Convergia Cloud Voice, that is one of our pillars, that is one of the most important one. Challenges that we can solve with that pillar and help our customers to solve those challenges that we have today. Also, we're going to review the Convergia Cloud Voice portfolio that we have and we cover into our Pan American region. The Convergia Cloud Voice for Microsoft Teams. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about that option too. The Convergia Cloud Voice 3CX was one of our products. We're going to show you also the channel partner benefits and what are the benefits that we have working with us. And finally, we're going to have a Q&A, and that we can answer all questions that you have. Now I'm going to pass it to our CTO, Tom. It's all yours.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. Very happy to present Convergia and Convergia's product offerings to you today. First, a little bit about Convergia. If you've not heard about Convergia, Convergia is a Pan-American value-added distributor of connectivity solutions. So let's unpack that. Pan-American, we operate out of Canada, US, Mexico, Central and South America. So for our channel partners, we offer lots of opportunity in multinational deals and companies that are operating across Pan America. We are a global company in that we are a member of Future Electronics, which is a multi-billion-dollar family of companies in electronic and technology distribution, private, profitable, family-owned, very strong. We've been around. Convergia's been around for 20 years. Future Electronics been around since 1968, so very strong. So we're also a value-added distributor. The value add is key. We don't just push something into channel. We work with our channel partners and creating a solution that's going to work best for your customer, our customers collectively. So that's the value add. We'll talk about that more in this presentation. And then connectivity. We like to say connectivity by Convergia. Our foundation is connectivity. It started off doing connectivity as a telco, and we've moved into ISP. We offer high-speed backbone, last mile wireline connectivity, fiber, DSL, cable, whatever it takes to get up that conduit into an office, we do it. Then over the last few years, we've offered wireless, and we are now an aggregator of MNOs, MVNOs, and wholesalers of wireless, from low data tier IoT all the way up to high speed, large data amounts for primary circuits, as well as backup circuits to your wireline, and we're doing quite well with that. On top of that connectivity, we've been offering solutions. Our solutions pillar starts off with cloud solutions. We work with all the cloud providers. We like to specialize with Microsoft Azure because they are also very channel partner friendly, lots of very good support. We find them to be very, very good for our channel. So you'll find quite a few Microsoft Office solutions in our solutions pillar. And then we've also branched out to management and monitoring of our solutions, as well as some interesting verticals in connected products. So we have smart asset tracking, agriculture, water, environment, lighting, building management systems. This is a high growth pillar for us. And then we have voice. And so voice is what we'll be talking about today. I'll hand it back to Bill.
Thank you very much, Tom. Like Tom said, our company was born from connectivity. One of those connectivities, after that, we add the voice pillar, and that is why this pillar is very important for our company. Under this pillar, we integrate real unified communication services and solutions across the Pan American region. I mean, we cover from our headquarters that is in Canada all the way down to Argentina and South America, where we can help our partners and customers to deploy those needs on the voice part. If they are located in Canada, they have a different offices in Chile, Peru, Argentina, different countries, Mexico. We can help them to leverage that and give them also all the complete solution to install the voice portfolio from all way on the Pan American region. Also, we integrate the key services such as cloud IPVX, web conferencing, instant messaging, call centers, collaboration tools. Everything is in one platform with a high level of quality and excellent redundancy that is our network voice that we have in Convergio. Now, with this pillar, we can help customers to solve some challenges that we have in today's world. You know, we're covering a lot of things with the different situations that we have right now. It's a lot of people working from home. It's a lot of people working from different places. And one of those challenges that the companies are suffering right now is how they can do mobility. And with voice over IP, we can help those customers. We can provide SIP trunking on all countries that we're talking and we're staying. And also we help the customers to break that barrier that they have, that is the mobility. Before they have a PBX inside on-premise, and attached to that PBX, it was a line that is going to the desk, and desk they have a telephone, and that's the way to communicate. Now with the mobility that we have and putting the system into the cloud, now we're giving the flexibility to all users to be in contact with the customers and also with internal people in the company, with the phone system, even in the computers, even also if they need it on the cell phones, loading the applications for the cell phones, and also if they need that they require a hardware phone on the desk, we can provide that to them. Another challenge that we're suffering right now is the simplicity. Some companies, they need to move quickly. I mean, we're seeing huge companies that they are still without communication with the customer because everything that they have it on premise. And now with this simplified, unified communications, like different tools that we have, we simplify that for the customer. It's simple for the IT department because they can simplify everything from one application. And from that, they can do collaboration, and also they can do the communication part of the PSTN or the telephony part that is included there. That's why it's simplicity, and also is scalability, because they can grow fast and they can move fast wherever they need to put those solutions. If they need to move employees to the houses on different places. They can do it very easy, and they need to increase the number of users. They can do it. If they have to decrease the number of users, also they can. Another thing that we help our customers is to the cost part, that is the reduction of the cost, because before they have a PBX inside on premise, and they have a cost of electricity, maintenance, backups, UPS that they have to do there, different things like who's gonna support those platforms. And now with moving the PBX into the cloud, is gonna be better because we're taking care of that with our tools and the different vendors that we can represent for those tools. And everything is on the cloud. It's not gonna be need to have a internal infrastructure on premise. Everything is gonna be up to date with the new features and everything inside the organization. And finally, it's a single point of contact where we can provide to those customers, and you guys can also provide that to the customers. Is like one provider for the tools and the PSTN. Well, like I said, we can cover those needs of those customers from Canada all the way down to Argentina. We can provide that solution in each one of those countries with a global presence and also with local presence that we have, supporting the same language and different options. Tom, any comments about the challenges that we can solve with these solutions?
I think what you've heard in this presentation is the theme of cloud. While some of our solutions can be hosted on premise and we can work with you if that's the case, we do a lot of the heavy lifting in cloud, whether it be the Convergia data center or Azure or your own cloud center. We can host the session border controller, the SDC. We take care of a lot of that complexity. I'll tell you a little bit more about that once we get into 3CX, because that was one of an interesting new products in our portfolio and why we chose it.
Excellent. Now I'm gonna move a little bit up over our Convergia Voice portfolio. With our voice pillar, that means the portfolio that we have, we can solve customers with different strategies. We have a robust voice portfolio that cover all needs of those customers, and also we can connect those platforms to our PSTN. And we are talking here about the 3CX solutions that we have. The BroadSoft solution, the WebEx solution, and the Microsoft Teams solution. All those are the Convergia Cloud Voice, 3CX, Convergia Cloud Voice BroadSoft, Convergia Cloud Voice WebEx, and Convergia Cloud Voice Microsoft Teams. Like you see here on this map, we can cover the 3CX, Microsoft Teams, and WebEx from all the way down from Canada to South America, including Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Chile, and we can cover those countries with one provider. I mean, we don't have to find different providers on this. It's just one point of sales. We can cover this technology that we have. Talking a little bit about the BroadSoft. BroadSoft is a global unified communication as a service. It's a UCaaS platform. You have all the telephony features. And you can call, receive calls, you can make calls, and you can have an IVR, that is an automatic answer machine, called queues. Also, you have part of the collaboration. We have the new version of that is the WebEx umbrella, that's the WebEx calling. WebEx, the foundation of the WebEx, behind the WebEx is the BroadSoft, but WebEx is putting more things on top. That is the WebEx Teams and the WebEx meetings, but our focus is to help our customers with the WebEx calling plan that includes the WebEx Teams. And Teams has also all the collaboration where they can share files and collaborate in everything. Now we're gonna deep a little bit on the Convergia Cloud Voice Microsoft Teams. On the Convergia Cloud Voice for Microsoft Teams, we offer the direct routing. What is the direct routing? Everything that is inside Office 365. Office 365 is the applications of Microsoft 365. It has two components. The first one is the application that is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the application that everyone knows. The second component of the Office 365 is the services on the cloud. What the kind of services? Exchange, SharePoint, and one of those services is Teams. Inside Teams, they have an option to put a full PBX on the cloud. Putting that PBX on the cloud, we can use the direct routing where we can put together the Teams and the communications to a full PBX system into Microsoft Teams. We provide that integration with Microsoft Teams, and as soon as we have that integration, customers, they can join in one platform, the full communication, the unified communication. They have a different features that the telephony, and you can see they have a vast features like automatic operator, that is the IVRs, call queues. You can make calls, you can receive calls, you're gonna have voicemail, you can receive the voicemail and transcript that to an email. It's a full platform, a telephony platform inside the Microsoft Teams, and this one is one of the service that we provide from Canada, United States, Mexico, or all countries that we stay. Any comments here on this platform, Tom?
Yeah, I'd also like to say with Microsoft Teams, it's not only communications, voice, as well as data and the like. It's also an application hub. There's a lot that you can do within Teams. Even within my Teams, I have Dynamics 365, Azure DevOps. I use it as a automatic messaging for the Power Apps. So it's lots of Power BI within Teams. So if you really start to use Teams, you can see that it becomes what I call it an application hub. I think Microsoft might present it as such as well. Yeah. So it's very flexible in that way.
That is correct. That is the hub for Microsoft. That is putting everything together, the cloud services and also the application, and everyone can collaborate. And one of those services for that hub is the telephony part, and we're able to connect that through direct routing and our PSTN in our region. The second one that we're gonna focus a little bit more and concentrate is gonna be the next in our portfolio, that is the Convergia Cloud Voice for 3CX. 3CX is a robust platform that is a unified communication also. And I'm gonna explain here how I can describe 3CX. For me, 3CX is a platform that covers 4 pillars inside. One of those is the hosted PBX. It's a hosted PBX on the cloud. It could be on-premise too. But we prefer to put it on the cloud for multiple reasons. Some customers, they want to do it on-premise. We can help them to part. But on the hosted PBX is the regular telephony, like you can make calls, you can receive calls, you can transfer calls, or you can do 3-party conversations. Also, you have an IVR, or digital answer machine. You have the phones on your computer, or also on the browser, or also you can have it on your phones if you're connected to the application of the phone, or just physical phones. Or we can include security on all the service that I described already, like the phones inside the company or the applications. Everything is encrypted and secure. The second part of the 3CX, that is the unified communication, where also having the telephony, they can chat, they can have video, they have a web meeting, they have a presence, and we can do that presence integrated with Office 365. And on that, you can combine that presence with the Office 365 also. That means is just linking those services, and that's the presence that you can see when the users are busy or not busy, or they are in the phone or they are in the third part that they have is a call center. On that call center, they have a call queues, they have reports, they have SLA alerting, call monitoring. Also, they have a switchboard and a wallboard where we can see all the average time response for those queues. If the calls are taken in place or not, or if the employees that they are in part of those queues, they are missing those calls or not, or for how long they're talking. That information, the call center is right there. And finally, the last one is the integration. 3CS has a bunch of integration. We can do integration with CRM. We can do integration with Facebook. There's a part of studying the omni-channel part, multiple channels to be integrated in the same application to communicate with the customer. Well, we can assign those integration like Facebook integrated with a queue for Facebook where different employees inside the company, as soon as they receive a Facebook input on the Facebook page, they can answer those questions or take care of those customers. Also, they can transfer those chats to different people inside the organization. They can transfer those to the other employees if they need help on that. And the integration with Office 365. It's a robust medium-sized application, a small business, medium business that we can cover also in the Pan American region from all the way to Canada to Argentina. Any comments on 3CX, Tom? I'm gonna just talk a little bit more about the call center and the integration a little bit.
Yeah, very good. I think it's also important to note that 3CX is born from some of the open source packages that are out there. Matter of fact, Convergia, we had been delivering a hosted PBX solution into our Pan American market. Matter of fact, we had three: Elastic, we had Elastix, Free PBX, and Isabel, three different versions of hosted PBX. We did a deep analysis and we determined that 3CX would be a better product to market. It was so much easier to deploy and manage, much higher uptime. We analyzed and felt that our cost basis was going to be actually the same or lower with 3CX than rolling our own, especially three different versions in market. So yeah, we're happy with the 3CX decision.
Nice. Now, thank you, Tom. And now I'm gonna move a little bit forward. To talk a little bit about the call center. On the call center solutions, like what I was explaining a little bit before, they have the queues where they can put a lot of agents working on those queues and assign those queues to the same agents or different agents. They can log in or not. And also with those queues, we can assign SLA alerting, like if they are, we can put that thresholds. We need to answer calls in less than 50 seconds. If that is not getting into that threshold, we can send an SLA alerting. That alerting goes to different ways. Also, we can monitor those call queues or the calls that they're receiving from customers. We can monitor that. We will see it later on. Also, the model have reports. There are established reports by default. And also it's gonna be a wallboard. We will see an example of that wallboard, how that works. And we wanna see a little bit of the CRM integration. Now moving to the next one, that is the call queues. now with the call queues and the teams that we have, we can ensure that the company is not going to miss any calls throughout using the pooling strategy that 3CX offers inside the application. On that, the strategy is that we can have a group of agents. We can assign different pooling strategies. I mean, like the last talk time that as soon we get a call inside the queue, the last person that is talking in time, that we can assign that call incoming call to that person. Or also we can do a rule that is going to be the fewest answer. The people that they have the fewest answer is going to be to that person specifically. And like you see, we have a different rules or strategy that we can establish for those queues. Also, we can establish like soon getting a call into the queue, we're gonna ring in all agents, and the first one in answer is gonna take it. And there's different alternative pooling strategy that we can use and we can implement to that. Also, those queues, it could be part of the people that it could be people sitting in Canada, people sitting in Peru, is gonna be part of the same queue. Let's say there is a support queue. We can mix people that is in different countries or different locations. They can be part of the same queue and they can answer those calls and participate on that team, like we see on this. Now, part of that monitoring, assume the call is getting inside. It is three ways to monitor those calls. The first one is a supervisor of those agents. He can get inside that call and just listen to the call and see if the call is performing well or not. He can listen to that conversation, or training, specific training that they need. They can just listen to that conversation to train people on how interact entre agent and the customer. Then the next one is going to be the whisper, where the administrator, the manager of that queue, he can get inside and he can listen to the conversation, but also can talk only with the agent to help him to answer to the customer on the right way. And that is a good one. And the next one is the verge in the where that administrator or supervisor, he can get inside the full conversation and talk with the agent and the customer at the same time if they need it. Or that's implementation that we can do for the call queues, and also they can take control of those queues for those customers. Feel free, Tom, to jump anytime for these options. If you want to complement anything, just let me know, please. Like I said before, we can put thresholds to some service of those queues. Some services are like, I want to see if the agents are answering the calls on certain time, or the call waiting for the customer, they cannot exceed more than 20 seconds, something like that. And as the system is just reviewing that thresholds are getting in place, and if they are not, the system is going to send emails to the managers, and they're going to start seeing these emails like the queue is not getting any response, or the SLA 1 or 2, based on the configuration, they receive all the information. And from this email, they can act. They can go to the queue, take care of that call. They can take control of that call in a specific, or they can transfer that call to a specific person, or they can even answer directly those calls from those customers, and they can do that part inside. The other is when those queues are in place, the managers and everyone, they're gonna have a summary that is called the world board, and the world board is a summary of the all queues. You can have a queue for accounting, a queue for support, and different queues, and you can see the summary of those queues right here. You can see the duration, the time that is already in the system. Is the calls drop? Sorry that this part is in Spanish. I couldn't put it in English, but is the calls drop is right here. They drop 9 calls. We have a total of 30 calls on that day. We can have a measures right here. The calls are returned or not. Do we have agents available, or is all the agents are busy? This is a huge, full summary of those features that we can have on the call queues. Now, for each one of those activities that we have on 3CX, and we have all of the services, calling, receiving calling, waiting time, all those things, we can have a determine default report that comes with the application, where we can have reports for calls, extension statistics report, how often they're using the service or not, is the complete statistics. And you can see kind of those reports right here is a plain report, and we can then take those reports. That's another service that we can provide. We take those reports in Excel and we can put it like in Power BI and make some beautiful graphics and system to do analytics. And also you can have from the application some graphics and have those statistics too, in order to take any decision that the company needs to take. That is part of the report. Almost done. Now, just give me a second. I'm gonna move here. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the CRM integration. This is one topic that I think Tom likes to talk a lot. and I just want to mention one thing here is like on the CRM integrations, these CRMs are integrations that it is already almost done with 3CX that we can help our customers to implement. We have already implemented most of them, but you can see Zoho, Zendesk, and Dynamics. That is one of the CRM that is getting a lot of popularity. It is already integrated. I will show you some options, what happened with those integrations. Tom, do you want to add something here?
Well, just that it's really important for us. We find that communications and connectivity by itself, not integrated into enterprise systems, to be, in many cases, a non-starter. The business leaders now want to see how communications and connectivity are going to work through all of the enterprise software and ERP systems that they've put into place. Having islands that don't talk to each other it's just not viable anymore. So it's really important for all our solutions to be able to have some way of working together. As I mentioned, Teams is a hub. You can do WebEx calling from Teams. You can do 3CX from Teams. And then like you see here, 3CX is probably one of the more advanced CRM integration, communication, hosted PBX solutions that are out there without having to go to a very expensive software from NICE systems or something like that. So it's a very, very well integrated into existing enterprise systems. That's important to us.
Yeah, thank you. As Tom mentioned, I mean, this is some features that, for example, 3CX integrated with CRM with Microsoft Dynamics is going to give the customer some options. And those options are like, the first one is when a call is coming in into the system, into the 3CX, and the agent or the person or the employee that has the service on 3CX detects that the call is coming automatically, and they have the dynamic CRM also into the system. Automatically is gonna have a call pop-up window, and that call pop-up window is gonna start showing two things. The first one is if the customer already exists into the CRM database, they're gonna bring automatically the information of that customer. That means say the John Smith is calling, is gonna grab that pop-up window. That pop-up window is bringing the information from the company, and they can see all the information for the customer, the last interaction that they have on the CRM. All calls are gonna be recorded on the CRM that say that we receive or we're making calls from that, and also all the history of the CRM that they have is gonna be there, like is they quoting or not quoting, or they receiving information, if you send emails, everything is gonna be there, and that's why it's gonna be better, because as soon the pop-up window appears, the thing is gonna happen, the agent is gonna see the name of the company, and it's gonna be a beautiful customer service for that customer, because it has all the information right there. If the customer is not created into the CRM because it maybe it's a new customer, is pop up the window, but I'm also is giving the opportunity for the agent to start entering all that information for that customer. I mean, right there, they don't need to go to the CRM, open the CRM, and start creating the information for that customer. Is automatically going to be creating a new contact pop-up window where they can start filling out all that information from the customer and put all the notes that they want that they're talking on that conversation. Okay. Saying that, like I said, as soon 3CX detects those calls in, it's gonna be doing the call journals that is gonna be like, I'm gonna put this register inside this customer because I'm going to register this call that I come in at that day and that time, and that's why when you go to the CRM, you can see the history of that customer and what happened with that customer. All calls are gonna be there, and all activities that they have is gonna be in the CRM. Also, when you see here on the CRM, but looking on the CRM part, and I'm just looking to a customer, I can click on the phone number, and automatically it's gonna bring me to the a click to call. That is gonna be click and call to that customer automatically with 3CX. They don't need to start looking for another application. Everything is just click to call, and that's it. And when all this magic occurs, when you have the customer already in the CRM, and also when you create that customer, automatically it's gonna synchronize that contact. The next time that the customer is calling back to the company, automatically on the 3CX window is gonna be the caller ID, and the caller ID is gonna be synchronized with the CRM. That is gonna tell the user this number is calling, and that number is this name of this person, and they identify automatically who is calling from that number, and it's gonna be a better customer service for those clients that they're calling, because they can detect who is calling immediately. I think that these options are great for companies. They help to increase the customer service for the customer, and also speed up all the processes on the CRM, and have that integration together with this tool. Another thing that we want to talk is what kind of benefits is about working with Convergia and on our portfolio of voice of SIP trunking, or also the platform that we saw that is BroadSoft WebEx, Teams, and 3CX. I mean, because we are a Pan-American company, a value-added distributor, we can cover all countries without any problems with a centralized local billing. I mean, we can bill those customers if they need to be in United States and they have the different offices. We can bill in the United States, or we can bill those customers in each one of those countries. Either way, we can simplify that. We dedicate phone numbers because we have the PSTN. We can give you the IDs or phone numbers for each one of the countries, different cities in those countries, and we can provide that service to you also. Also, we can accommodate a specific call plans for each one of the countries or each one of the solutions. Depends on the needs of those customers. We can accommodate those plans. We integrate our solutions with security. We have a robust security in our PSTN for fraud detection. If something is happening, somebody hack those things, we can detect those changes quickly, and we can take actions on those on those problems that we have. Cost reduction, yeah, because the company, they don't need to have those solutions on premise anymore. We can have it on the cloud. It's gonna be everything updated all the time, and it's cost efficient on those things. Communications on real time, always the system is gonna be on, good redundancy in the whole Pan-American region. Is high availability in the system for voice and for each one of the platforms. We can provide local presence and support in each one of the countries, or we can cover that in a global way because we have a different department that are global. We can do it locally too. And storage and everything on 3CS, we can storage those in our cloud, and they're protected. We have everything ready for our customers. Finally, what benefits our partners can expect from us? One of those benefits is like a Pan-American presence. And now that you are doing the market of the United States, of Canada, and you want to expand your business, we can help you to expand those business into the Latin America market. That is one of the biggest market that is growing right now. And we can help you with those things. With the language barrier, we can help you with the foreign exchange and support locally, billing, all those things we cover, and we help you to do those things. Is your technology partner. With us, you can cover just not the voice. I mean, like Tom explained before, it's like we can give them services on the telephony. We can give them internet backups, backup internet, different solutions, IoT, and it's just one partner that covers all that for the whole region. Differentiate customer experience. I mean, because it's just one provider, one company in the region, we can operate very easy and simple for those partners, and we simplify installations and everything for those customers. Generous commission structure. I mean, we have a commission structure we can put in place, and if you close on deals in Latin America and everything, you're gonna still receiving those commissions and everything in the United States and Canada. That is a huge advantage, and you can grow your business going into the Latin American market and the market that we have. A complete portfolio of telephony, like you said. I mean, we have a robust portfolio right now, the one that we show, and specific. Our main focus is 3CX, and we can cover also the other platforms like WebEx, calling WebEx, Microsoft Teams, and BroadSoft US and Canada. co-branding opportunities is you guys need to something with us and some of the partners like Microsoft or 3CX bring it to us, and we see how we can work together, help you guys to grow the market and get some business. User-friendly billing, ongoing training and support. It's that support training. I mean, we can do it globally. Also, we can do it locally, and the right language and the right things in each one of the countries. That is a huge advantage that we have. It's not gonna be like centralize everything and gonna be in English. We have the ability to do it in different languages. Finally, the solutions that are right for your business that we can provide to you and support to you guys. That's all that I have, and I think, Tom, did you want to close it and mention some things here, and then we can move to our Q&A.
No, I think you've covered it well. I could, you know me, I could talk for another hour or two, but I think you've covered it, and it's very to the point.
Okay, thank you for the very comprehensive presentation. We only have a few minutes left, so why don't you tell us how any members of our audience can reach you and ask more specific questions?
Sure. If you see here in the screen, we have the contact name for us. That is Guillermo Arbeláez. I'm the regional account manager. That is my email. You can send me email there. Also, you can contact our CTO, Tom Gailey. He is his email. Also, you can go to Convergia, www.convergia.io, or right there, if you need to contact, you can see the contact names of each one of the countries. You can select the country, and you will see the contact of each one of those countries. You can send an email there or call directly, and we can take care of those questions.
Okay, great. Let's get into some of our questions now. First question, remind us, in what countries is this service available?
Our voice services are available in the Pan American region. That is Canada, US, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Next question. What is the benefit of having your services available in the Pan American region?
One of the things that we have, because we are a Pan American company and we are located in each one of the countries, we can provide our customers with local services, local invoicing, local currency, and all the services that they need.
Okay, thank you. Here's one. What actually differentiates Convergia with other companies in the region?
Well, most important is we listen to our channel partner market requirements, and then we provide advanced solutions the customers are asking for, from foundation wireline and wireless connectivity all the way up to the enterprise unified communication requirements. The market wants more than just one solution, and that's why we have Microsoft Teams, 3CX, WebEx, all working together. You can make a WebEx call from Teams and vice versa. 3X is all WebRTC based, very nice for a browser, and lots of features at a very cost-effective price. And we've done the integration into enterprise systems, CRM, ticketing, ERP. So from one unified communication, you can cut across just about every requirement that you can think of, or that the channel partner customers can think of.
Great. Your next question is, how can Convergia Cloud Voice help companies maximize office productivity?
We listen to the challenges of our customers and advise them with the best collaboration tools that we have. And also with those collaboration tools, they can maximize their operations with a single tool, like applications like 3CX, Microsoft, Microsoft Teams, and WebEx. Everything integrated with one provider, with one solution, and also we integrate those solutions with the voice platform that we have in all Pan American region.
And here's our last question. What can partners expect by using Convergia Cloud Voice products and services?
Yeah, we have different incentives for partners. Well, I think one of the beautiful incentives that we have of the partners, they can
elaborate in our Pan American region. They can help the customers selling in each one of the countries that we have, and they're still receiving their commission or residual bonus that we have into the US dollars and in US and Canada. I mean, it is a broad platform that we have for the channels. Also, we help them to go through the region through our local offices, and they can take advantage of all those things that we have for them.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Tom and Guillermo. I think that will wrap up today's webinar, but before we go, I want to remind you that you will be able to access this webinar and all other Channel Vision webinars on demand by visiting channelvision.com/channelvision-webinars. Thank you for attending, and we hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.